This is BBC News. Well, let's just take a moment to concentrate on the charges being brought against Mr. Trump. The court filing says the former president acted with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, and made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise. Now, the charges against Donald Trump are all Class E felonies. That is the lowest category of felony offence in New York and carries a maximum prison sentence of 4 years per count. Falsifying business records is usually prosecuted as a misdemeanor. Now, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office is escalating the charge by alleging the offence was committed in order to conceal or commit another crime. And it is important to note Mr. Trump has pleaded not guilty on all the charges. Well, we can get more on our top story this hour and get the thoughts of Rina Shah, a Republican, but not necessarily a Trump supporter. It's wonderful to have you back on the programme, Rina. In the first instance, what do you make of the legal case against him? Now we know what the charges are.
Yeah, seeing these charges that are unsealed now and really reveal to us not just the character of a former president, but really the deeds of this former president. It always strikes me as really bizarre that we are where we are. And I say that as somebody who's made their career in the Republican Party. I served 2 Republican members of the U.S. House of Representatives for many years as a senior aide. And one big takeaway from my time on Capitol Hill is that the Republican Party was the family values party, the party that wanted to put the American family first and not just support it and promote it, but to strengthen it. And what does it say about the standard bearer of the party in the year 2023, when that standard bearer, prior to coming to the White House, engaged in an extramarital affair with a porn actress? Now, look, in paying off that porn actress, giving hush payments, there was no illegality to paying off somebody you had an affair with. It's how he did it. It's what he did. It's the crimes that fell under New York state law that were wrong. 34 counts here telling us that he, please.
Yeah, Rina, you know, we've just been looking at the live pictures, the scene in Florida where we're expecting Donald Trump to speak in a few hours' time. And I remember when you and I spoke last week, at the time of the indictment, you said that these legal troubles aren't likely to be good for President Trump's political career. Do you still feel that way?
Oh, absolutely. Because when we look at what these 34 counts are, we see criminal conspiracy here. And that's the most bombastic of all of what we learned today in these unsealed charges. The word conspiracy being there really changes the game legally. So here we sit in a moment where, again, we know the character of the man, but now we know the man's deeds. And what does that mean on the legal level? We have still yet to learn some more. Obviously, we're going to hear him come out today and try to defend himself, as he's done for years. He's always tried to get out in front of the chaos and create the chaos so that there could be a distraction. But again, there's a real serious political ramification here. And people do ask, what can a convicted felon run for president of the United States? Hey, there's nothing in our U.S. Constitution barring him from doing so. Being an indicted person right now does not stop him from campaigning to secure the GOP presidential nomination. And that is a really unique point in history we sit at.
Yes, just to jump in there, given that, Rina, will he win the Republican primary? Will he be the president of the United States?
Oh, it is far too early to make that conclusion. It is so early on in the presidential primary process for the Republicans, because so far it's only him and former governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, who has declared her candidacy. There's been this expectation that former Vice President Mike Pence might get in, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and a host of other former electeds would also get in. We've also heard from Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. There's Governor Chris Sununu, who's very seriously exploring a bid as well. So we are so early. And I have this one feeling that I've had for quite some time, and I can't shake it. And it's that Mr. Trump might drop out in the early stages of the Republican primary contest. He may just throw his hands up and say, that's it, I don't want to do this anymore.
Rina Shah, thank you so much for joining us on the program. I'm sure we'll be speaking to you again throughout the course of the next couple of weeks on this story.